to us for about an hour and a half about what the arc is going to be and what the whole journey is going to be up the next season. And yeah, I was thrilled. I think it goes to some very unexpected places, and he still manages to surprise me. And I had some very visceral reactions when I was listening to that.
Does it change the way you play the character now that you don't have to hide anything?
I think there's a level of freedom there. Absolutely, yeah. So it certainly does give me the opportunity to feel a little bit more unleashed and push the envelope a little bit more. And I think the relationship is just getting clearer and clearer. Now that the cat is out of the bag, it's like, what is the purpose of this, and why was I there, and what is the discovery of that, and where's it going to go? Because I think, I'm there to challenge Elliot. I'm there to do things that he might not normally be able to do, and I'm also there to protect him, and give him an out at times when he's unable to follow through with something.
And you said he was very...
Hey! Oh, yeah, come on in.
But it's very intense scenes in the season premiere where you repeatedly shot Elliot in the head. Can you talk a little bit about what it was like to play those, and how you and Rami work together so you feel more like, so that your acting could come across as being like a figment of his imagination in some way?
So much of it goes into certainly Sam's creativity, how he shoots it. Todd Campbell, our cinematographer, the way he shot that scene was, I thought, quite amazing. How the light was sort of streaming behind my head, and there was certainly an angelic and devilish quality to that particular moment, I thought. And when Sam told me that was what was going to happen, when I read that in the first script of season 2, I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. There's definitely a real power struggle going on between these two guys, and I think the question at the end of the day might be, who is Mr. Robot, really? I think it's still a little bit of a question, and how much power, could I actually have over this human life? There you go.
When you play the character, because we know that he is now part of Elliot, do you try and copy something that Rami does, or do you try and mirror him in any way?
Well, I think I've always thought of it as, I'm an idealized projection of what he imagined his father to be. He was a very young boy when he passed away, so he really looked up to his father, and I think he's starting to take on a personality all of his own. But I think, he imagines him as sort of larger than life, very powerful, very loving, and also at the same time, or other times, very scary personality to him. So it's just a very, very powerful dynamic there, and a very fascinating relationship for both Rami and myself to explore.
Do you think Elliot's a character that could successfully go through kind of the self-meditation process that he's experiencing with Mr. Robot in his head?
I think he could, yeah. Certainly that's a distinct possibility, and something that could happen, where he could get on the right meds. But I don't necessarily know that, Mr. Robot being gone equals Elliot being well. There may be a point and a reason, and I'm just excited to be a part of the journey and discovery of what that is.
What are some of the differences between getting into the character of Mr. Robot versus Slater and Archer?
I love both of those things. Coming back to doing season 2 and opening up the dressing room door and seeing the outfits and the hat and the jacket, I just felt so at home again. I was just so happy to get the opportunity to do that again. So all of those elements, the preparation that Sam puts into the beginning and starting out, like, he had written all the scripts, all the writers, of course. He and all the writers had written all the scripts before we came back to do season 2. So that just is like a gift. To know all of that information going in is so helpful in raising the awareness of where you're going and what your motivations are. All those aspects.
Guys, we're going to wrap now.
Okay, moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.